Children, now let us discuss the rights of a partner. The first one is the right to take part in business. Each and every partner has the right to take part in the day to day routine of the business. Next one is right to be consulted. He has the right to be consulted by other partners before taking any major decisions. If the majority of the partners have agreed on a particular issue, then that activity may be carried on. But if they are going to change the line of business, or if they are going to admit a new partner, means the consent of all partners is necessary. Next one is the partner has the right to access books of records and accounts and any other document. The right of access to book, record and documents is a main right. He has the right to access the books. Right to share profit. See, as you all know, the main objective of business concern is to share profit, and each and every partner is entitled to share the profits of the business on the agreed ratio. If no such agreement is there, then they will share the profit equally. Next one, right to receive interest. He has the right to receive interest on the loans advanced by him to the partnership business. So, if there is no particular rate of interest is specified in the partnership deed, then he is entitled to receive interest of 6% per annum will be allowed. Then, right to be indemnified. What I mean by this indemnified means, see, if any loss or damage happen to this or one particular partner by the activities or the false actions of others, then he has to claim the amount, the specific amount. The same way, a partner has spent some money for the business out of its own pocket, means he has the right to claim that amount from the business. Then, right to use partnership property for the business. Yes, it is very clear that he can use the property of the business or vehicle of the business for the business purpose, not for his personal use. Then, right to retire. Each and every partner has the right to retire from the firm if he is not satisfied with the activities, or if he could not continue the business, means he can retire from the firm by giving proper notice or other things to the other partners. In case of partnership at will, he can retire at any time by giving 14 days notice to the other partners. Then right to continue. The same way, he has the right to continue if there is no specific reasons. No one can expel him from the business. So he has the right to continue. Now let us discuss the duties of a partner. So earlier we have discussed about the rights of a partner. See, if the right has to be enjoyed, then he has to perform or he has to discharge some duties also. It is very clear. Then, duty to carry on business. Each and every partner has the duty to carry on the business smoothly to the advantage of all the partners, all the other partners, and to the advantage of the business. Then, duty to be true. He must be honest, while because they are jointly they are doing some business, means no one should do any fraudulent activities, and he must be true and honest towards the business and towards the other partners. Then, duty to render true accounts. It is also a clear thing, the matter of honesty. He has to give the true vouchers and true bills and other things for the amount spent by him on behalf of the business. No cheating and no there is exaggeration of amount should be written in the vouchers and other things. The expenses incurred by him should be revealed honestly to other partners. Duty to indemnify the firm. See, if any loss or damage caused by this partner to others, then he has the duty to give back that specified amount to the partnership or to the other partners. For example, he is using there is a firm's property or vehicle or something, and he is causing some damage, means he has to do that, make good of the loss suffered by others. Then, duty to share the loss. See, as you all know, the main objective of business is to earn profit, but at times the loss may also arise. So it is the duty of each and every partner to share the loss as agreed earlier, or share the loss equally. Then duty to claim remuneration. He has the duty to claim remuneration if it is agreed earlier while they start the partnership business. If no such agreement was there about this remuneration, means he has no right to claim the remuneration. Next one is duty not to use firm's property for personal use. It is very clear that the firm's property must be used only for the business. So he could not take any vehicle or the space, whatever it is, the office premises, for his personal use. The next one is duty not to carry on competing business. This is, if the partnership is for carrying out this textile business, means he should not start another separate textile unit which is a competing business for this partnership. On the other hand, yeah, he is a partner in a textile unit business, means he can start another one, automobile or grocery business, whatever other lines he is free to start, but he should not do any competing business. Then duty to act within the scope of his authority. Authority means for the amounts and the responsibilities for which he is authorized, he is only can act within that authority. He could not go beyond that powers and other things. Duty to consult other partners before assigning or transferring his interest in partnership. So he can't take any decision independently without consulting others. So on matters of important things or decisions, he has to consult the other partners also.